You have to lose your wheelbarrow.
I know it looks like I'm stealing y'all. What's up, YouTube? Today we're back with another video, and as you can see, we've got some brick going up. They've done a really good job. I think this is day 5 from when they started. There was one day that they weren't able to make it, so really this is 4 days worth of work. From the outside, really they just have this back piece left. So you got this over here, all up in the patio. And then over here, they're finishing up as they're coming around the corner. So a lot of progress being made. Right there is where I'll be applying that brick molding. So this door, I purchased it. It didn't have the brick molding on it. Let me show you what brick molding looks like. So this is brick molding. I'll zoom in on it a little bit. Has a nice little decorative edge on it. And the purpose of this is kind of in its name. So it's molding for the brick. So it extends on the outside here, and that gives you a nice edge for your brick to line up against. This door didn't come with the brick mold, so I had to go to the store, buy some, and add it. All right, so I'm not a big fan of heights. I'll do it if I have to, but generally speaking, if I can keep both feet on the ground, I'll be just fine with that. So there's one more window that we have to hang. It's the dormer window here that goes over the garage. And the reason that I haven't hung it yet is because I didn't want to get up there with a ladder if I had the opportunity to use scaffolding. So while the bricklayers are here, once they start breaking that area up there, they're gonna take that scaffolding that you see down there, and they're gonna move it back up here in order to brick that area above the garage door. And so I need to get that window, that rough opening prepped, get it taped like you saw us do the other windows, and get it set. Then I need to go to our local big box store and pick up a dormer window that fits that opening. I checked this morning, they had 4 in stock, so I hope that, you know, nobody's out buying windows today. I'm gonna grab one of those. Once I have this scaffolding installed, we'll get it set up. Yesterday, I went to our local lumber yard. I picked up a little bit more OSB. The sheets had came down quite a bit. I mean, they're under 30 bucks a sheet now in my area. So that's good compared to when they were over $50 a sheet. So I went ahead and placed those in the attic. You got 1, 2, 3. I probably need another 3 or 4 sheets, but all of this in the garage, I'm in the garage now. All of this will be storage. Then right here, this is where I'll install the attic hatch, and will give us attic access from our garage. So I got to tape this window. So from the inside, now that I've got these boards up, what that means is, you know, I can walk across those boards and feel comfortable up there as I'm taping in that window. So I'm up here in my attic now, as you can see behind me here, and I was up here taping the window. You can see the tape going all the way down and around. This is that same zip tape system that we used on all the other windows. So this will give a good air seal, a good water seal, which is really what you're trying to do. You want to prevent moisture from getting into this window. First of all, moisture shouldn't get into this window, right? I mean, because you can see up above this window is kind of the edge or the ledge. They call this the rake. And so that's going to provide some shelter for this window. But in the event that you get sideways rain or something like that, you definitely want extra layers of protection. So that's protection level 1 here is the overhang from the roof. Then after the overhang, we have the brick that will go over this. All of this will get bricked. So that'll be the second layer. That's the second layer of protection against water. Then this hopefully never has to really do its job, but this will be the third and final layer of water prevention. And it's taping around this seam, air sealing this end. And again, it's in the attic, so it's not as big of a deal as what we did for the other windows on the bottom floor, because this attic will just be used for storage. It's not like a bonus room or anything like that. But you always want as many layers of protection as you can get, because you never know what may happen. So just doing this will allow you to have that peace of mind. And in case something did happen, let's say there was a crazy wild storm and you had sideways rain, so that meant the overhang from the roof wouldn't work and maybe rain got behind the brick. At that point, you're covered by taping this off. So next, it'll be just like our other windows that we install. I'll go purchase the window from Home Depot. I'll use the scaffolding once they have it up, and we'll secure it from the outside and then nail flanges all the way around on the outside, along with caulk and another layer of tape on top of that. That will make sure that I won't have any leaks, and the next homeowner that will have this house after us will not have any leaks, because windows are notorious for leaking. So do your best to protect those. Well, I guess now it's time for me to go pick up that window from Home Depot. What's up, YouTube? So we're back. We're here at the property, and I think we're getting a flash thunderstorm. Yeah. It really kind of came out of nowhere. It was supposed to be, great temperatures for the rest of the week, but weather, that's how it works. It changes. You can see behind us here, we have debris from where the bricklayers are doing the brick, and we want to make sure that none of that blows away during the storm and just litters the neighborhood. So we're gonna try best to get up as much of this before the storm comes, and we're gonna bring you along for the process. This is some of the stuff that you have to do when you're building your own home and you're working as a general contractor versus having someone do this for you. But hey, that's part of saving. That's part of the experience. It is part of our experience in this process. So come on, let's get to it. Hey, so now it's time for us to install a window. It's like our final window. That's the dormer window up above. Behind me, what you can see is, since this window wouldn't be operated much, we have a normal window that we picked up from our big box store. And the plan is, I'm gonna take that, I have this ladder here, and I've placed some flooring up above me. And so that will give me a solid base to set that window up near the window opening. If we come out here and we look up, see right there behind me, that's the window opening where we're gonna install that window. It came over because the brick layers are kind of finishing up, and I didn't want to hold them up from installing this window, because this window needs to be installed before they could finish bricking all the way up the top of the garage gable. So I caught myself trying to get ahead of the game, get out here early so it doesn't slow them down. But it looks like we just have another problem to fix, and that's part of construction. That's part of building a home. Sometimes things aren't gonna fit according to plan, or sometimes things get framed the wrong size. So we'll fix it, and we'll bring you along to watch us get this window installed with the proper rough opening size. I had my framer frame out this window a while back, and over the weekend I went and picked up an actual window to fit in this rough opening. There's only one problem. If you see there on my left side, there's no light, but over here on the right side, look at that. Gaping light. You can even see the little pinholes. So that is where I'm supposed to nail this window into the rough opening. This rough opening is not really up to specs for this window. So I think there's a quick fix that we can employ. It'll be non-structural in nature. I believe I just need to add a 1x to this right side of this window. And then from there, I can secure and seal this window in place. I have some 1x material. So this is 1x4. And the plan is to cut this down to the height of that window on one side. I'm gonna nail this to that window jamb on that side, securing it in. And then that will give us the thickness or the width that we need in order to close that gap on that rough opening. And then I can nail the flange into this piece of wood, which is then attached to the jamb of the rough opening. All right, so I'm holding this window now to prevent it from tumbling down to the ground. But if you can see right here, that's where we added the extra board to reduce the width of this rough opening and allow this window to fit in properly. So now with this piece put in, the next step is to nail all the flanges to hold this window in place. But first, I want to caulk it. So I'm going to set up my caulk gun. We're going to beat a caulk around this window. And then I'll start nailing from the outside. We're going to nail the flanges. I'm going to try and do it through the window because I'm a chicken and I don't like being up on the ladder if I can help it. So we'll try it out. If it doesn't work, I'll have to use the ladder. Not a big deal, but I prefer not to. So I had plans to go up there and finish nailing, but the ladder isn't quite tall enough and that's way up there. So I'd like to keep my brains intact and not risk the chance of falling to my death. So I'm gonna wait on that part until they get the scaffolding. We've got about 8 nails in there now, so that should hold it until in the morning. And then we can nail the rest, I guess, whenever they move the scaffolding to the front. As you can see, they're just about finished with our brick. Hey, so that window that you saw us installing the other day, you see we've got it installed now. My brick mason was so kind to go ahead and finish nailing the top and to tape it for me. So really appreciate that. I just got back from picking up some extra cement. I had to get about 5 bags of 80-pound cement and carry them from the truck over there so that they could start. I got here just in time, just as they were running out. So happy to keep that project going along. So it looks like maybe in another day or so, we should be finished. What they have left to do, they've got to add a brick skirt around the bottom here. Everywhere that you see is green, that's gonna have the board and batten. So we're going board and batten style. We're doing a 2-tone there. So that'll be pretty neat. Y'all stay tuned to see what that looks like. All along the bottom here, we're gonna add that brick. So that's why you see that stacked there. They kind of stack it to prepare it. All of our window sills at the bottom, they're gonna come back through, add brick around the bottom to really knock out those window sills. So we have the window ledges, but yeah, all in all, it's coming along. I think the brick turned out better than we expected. At first when we saw it, just kind of sitting there, it looked more gray than white. The other thing is the mortar. We wasn't sure if it would dry white enough, but I don't know. Y'all tell me. That looks good. I think that came out good. So.
You have to lose your wheelbarrow.
Nothing.
Don't hurt yourself.
Trying. Looking like he's feeling singing. All right, so you just saw me carrying in a wheelbarrow 2 loads of sand. I didn't know it would be that heavy, but man, it was pretty heavy. And they look small. They look small on video, but they're full wheelbarrow size. And the reason, I know it looks like I'm stealing y'all, but I promise you, I got permission. The reason is we're just about finished bricking the house. The only thing that is left is the skirt around the bottom. So where I'm standing right now was a big, huge mound of sand. I'm gonna walk away a little bit so you can see it, but from that perimeter all the way around to there was a huge mound of sand that we got brought in originally when we before we even started digging our footings. And we watched that sand pile slowly come down. That's one of the things in, you know, when you're building inside of a subdivision here, sometimes people borrow after each other. And then at other times you do have a legitimate, you know, relationship with the other builders, which is the case here. Our builder next door, he actually already finished using all the sand that he needed, and he had some extra left over in his pile. So the masons had been using my pile of sand, and then all of that sand basically was used up. So after all that sand was used up, I reached out to him and I said, hey, how much can I pay you for the remainder of your sand, because the brick masons needed more sand to complete our job. Well, he was gracious and kind enough to just give us the sand. So the reason I'm out here tonight where it looks like we're still in sand is because he's getting ready to rough grade his lot. So when they rough grade, they're gonna smooth it out and slope the yard towards the street so that they can have proper drainage when it rains. We'll do the same thing, we're just not there yet. But what's important is on his lot, there's leftover sand. So we wanted to catch that sand before it got incorporated into that rough grading that's happening. So right now they've got 2 loads of dirt over there. You can't see it. And my concern was tomorrow morning, they would be out here spreading and mixing that dirt with the sand that we needed. So there's the 2 piles of sand. That should be enough for us to finish our brick job and for the brick masons to have enough to do the skirt around the bottom, right there where the porch is. We've got to finish up along the side here, just this one side of this bump out, and then in the back along the skirt on the patio. So we're almost done, guys. We're almost done with brick, that is. And we're excited about it. Looking forward to moving forward with the next part. So until next time.
Wait a minute. You got to show some love to your lighting person.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So let me show you our high-tech. That's our high-tech lighting equipment specialist there. So holding it down. I didn't know if she wanted to be on camera or not, honestly, y'all, because we're out here at night, and basically I just finished cutting the yard at our current home. I came running inside and I told Christina, hey, let's go over to the house. So she's mildly appropriately dressed today, y'all. So I'm not gonna show y'all the fullness, but she's still beautiful and still sweet. And she's an awesome camera lady, holding it down. So, you know, this is what we go through to make these videos for y'all, just to kind of give you insight into what it's like to build your own home. I hope you're enjoying the content. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe. I know it's a lot of you out there that have not subscribed yet, but we see you watching. We know you watching. So go ahead and subscribe, hit the like button, and there'll be more videos to come as we transition from doing the outside work, moving towards the inside work. So we got insulation, we've got drywall, and then we get to the really fun stuff with all the finishes and building cabinetry. So there's a lot more content that will come. So please hit that like button. Go ahead, subscribe. Do it now. I know you want to. If you don't, you'll want to after this.
Hit it.
But thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by the channel. Have a great day. Peace.